Alright, don't forget, BDD is a Yone Talia Azir main. A lot of teams try and take him off those champs. They banned Talia. What the f? BDD's team's banning Talia. Was? Is it Azir ban? Enemy team trade, you trade Jace Rumble. They will first pick Xin Zhao, I think. Azir open. So that does mean T1 get Rumble or Jace plus Xin Zhao. It's obvious they'll first pick Azir. BDD mains it. Faker must have something into Azir, right? Is it Victor? I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can just match this. This is the old patch, remember? So they could just play Jace the Fury here or fucking Jace Pantheon. Or Cuz will pick Lilia like he normally does. Jhin Galio.
And then going for the Galio into the
Oh, they need to be careful with those champs. They need a bit more engage, I think. Bro, Faker just has so much aura, it's disgusting. Jesus, man. It is ridiculous. I can just sense it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Poppy ban, I like it. Rakan ban is necessary against T1. They will play Xayah Rakan. I'm guessing Guma will just play Ashe.
And now with the fact that Alice
not sure though, or Lucian. I don't know what AD he's gonna pick here actually. Kalice is out. Xayah, Rakan are kinda out. Kate is not the best.
Yeah, I'm not as convinced of Xayah.
Corki Ezreal, I'm not a fan. Yeah, Lucian.
Oh, yeah. Lucian.
Look, he's champion like Nord.
There's so many ADs open, he's going Lucian.
As I saw the Galio
yeah, they'll just get met by likely
likely
Braum on 5 or Nami or...
And that is what he's going to do.
I don't know if Leona... Actually, it's not a new patch, so maybe not Leona.
Like,
now, is T1 KT gonna bang like it normally does, or is this gonna be one-sided? The problem is, if it's one-sided, I don't know which side is the one side. Ah, they're using the baby photos. Comp-wise, I think T1's comp is really strong early mid-game. I think late-game their comp can fall off a cliff, whereas KT's doesn't really fall off a cliff. KT's gets quite strong. T1 needs to win early mid-game. Lucian Braum.
So with
quite
Faker
strong into melee supports like Rel. KT's running an LR draft. Yeah, this is an LR draft actually. It's the Babycom Wars.
Really good,
tomorrow is Children's Day in Korea.
Oh
my god. Bro, the carrier photo is just... Okay, it's faded, it's faded. We're back to normal.
Yeah, like
4-2 for Azir. Where's the blue map, Caedrel? LCK is playing on the old patch this week. Next week they'll be on the new patch. Next week they'll be on the new patch.
Oh, actually Faker could be in trouble.
No, stun comes through from
Cuz.
And even if Faker doesn't die here, this is really problematic. Still, a lot of damage coming on through.
He holds his flash, that motherfucker.
Still gonna have to blow that teleport a
that
little bit early.
Cocky motherfucker. Owner is just in his face.
Is he gonna help him push the wave out?
BDD don't give a fuck either though.
I think so.
And that is doing exactly that, at least for the moment. As Faker pushing out yet another wave, teleports in from
nice sidestep.
Great sidestep.
BDD's locked in, bro. He's on his fucking home turf.
From the crowd.
Damn, bro, his training is good. It is a bit criminal to give BDD Azir. I'll tell you a fun stat, okay? BDD all time has 900 games in his career played, okay? His top 3 most champions played are Azir, Talia, Zoe, in that order. Zoe, he has 64 games on. Talia, he has 78 games on. Azir, he has 163 games on. He has more than double Azir games than he does his second most played champ. It's by far his absolute best champ. And he has a 60% win rate on it. Faker has Azir 188 games, Corki 82 games. And it was also criminal to give BLG, Bin Jax, and Knights Ari. Well, they had answers to them at least. That was different though, because that was like that was pre-Fearless, so it was something you had to be aware of every game. Whereas like this example, Azir is out when he's out. So in this example you could ban Azir and first pick it in blue on game 2 yourself. Now we're winning bot. I mean, Lucian Braum into Reld sounds pretty Lucian Braum favorite. Who wins late game? I think KT wins late game. I just think T1's comp, no champ on that comp scales super well, other than maybe Xin Zhao. And also their engage is fucking terrible for Rumble. Lucian scaling is good.
Seen a little
Lucian
bit of a
scaling
move
is
away
fine,
from this,
but
people going more damage
imagine
focused. I
Lucian
will
6
say that the
items versus
Catalyst
Azir
is
Jhin
solid
6
in
items.
lane,
He's just getting
considering,
completely
It's
outranged.
been a little bit of teams are going to be strong, and I feel like T1 right now is looking like a good moment as Faker wants to catch up and pick up.
Peter.
Deadly Flourish doesn't find the mark though, and I think this Rel is just dead. Teleport to come in from the Rumble. There's a teleport also from the Galio
Not
that
the
doesn't
best,
quite work
but I
out,
see
that
it.
blast
Oh, I
guard
see it,
is
Doran. Oh, I
working
see
out
it.
here, and Doctom looking
Oh,
to
they lost
try
a
and
lot of
turn
flashes
this.
there.
Good knock up onto Doran there as a heroic entrance.
Ooh, this
comes
is
through, and
sketchy.
now the taunt will set up for the fourth bullet.
Oh, no reset for
Doran's
Cuz
still
though.
alive for so long.
Cuz went
As they
way
take
too
down
fast.
the Galio, they get rid of the Viego as Gumayusi is caught and thrown in
Kuma
under the
lived
turret.
there? How?
They're unable to kill him.
How is
Faker
all of
still
T1
at so high
surviving?
health,
What?
and he hits the
They're all
ball.
surviving.
T1 walk away the huge victors in this fight, and Peter
Carrier!
still wanting a little bit more off the back end. Don't think they're going to quite find it as Deadly Flourish, actually. Let's see whether Doctom can do anything. As
They're
Ona
still
going
fighting,
in one more
T1?
time. Damn,
You're
Chris,
criminals!
you're gonna be pretty
All of you are criminals!
As
How are you
Peter
alive?
as well.
And so
What?
many low health bars, the difference
What?
that it could have been if Cuz was
Bro,
able to
these
survive
kind
a
of
bit longer,
fights
get
are the
those
fights where
resets,
like the
could have been a
Lucians and
clean
the
sweep
Browns and the
for
Zinzaos, they
KT
love
after
them. Just
just the loss
skirmish,
of that
skirmish,
Rel,
skirmish,
but
skirmish.
You see they kind of got baited in.
Their
by the
T1's
low
champs
health
love
bars.
love these fights.
Gumayusi now. He's a
They love
4-0-1.
these
Let's have a
1v1s,
look at this fight
2v2s,
and how it all
2v3s,
happened.
3v4s.
Yeah, so Peter, he kind of tries to turn this into a fight,
Where
but he just
in a
hasn't
full-on
gone down to the
5v5
point
with
where
all of
he's really
KT
able
there,
to
it's
respond.
hard. But if they
They
can
back
kill one
away,
person, and then they
and
can
you can see
flash
they're
on
trying to
Jhin,
chase
and then they can
down,
kill Viego, and then they can
Jhin
kill
trying
Azir.
to get Doctom.
Like that,
But it's at
their
this
comp
point,
eats
the
that
Galio
alive.
comes in, they're in this
Remember, didn't have flash.
KT need to really not get lost in the sauce.
I mean, I think,
It's 1-to-1 in Drakes, and it's 5 minutes on the next Drake. The only way they can really lose is if they just keep fighting for no reason like this, like casting dead.
Absolutely fantastic there by
I don't know what they're doing.
Quite able to do anything as Peter gonna close in
And now
on
they're
Carrier,
TPing in,
but
trying to
they lose
salvage
their
it where they will
Galio
die more.
already. The curtain
And you're
has
just
been
letting the
called
game.
as Gumayusi taking
Now
a bit of
Cuz is
damage,
gonna
but
die. You're
Cuz
just kind of letting the
just having
game.
to get out of there. BDD wanting to be the hero finds the Empress Divide, and they take down the
They gotta shut
Lucian.
that on Lucian at least.
Shutdown comes in, and now Cuz has turned into a very, very
Still not
powerful
that
lady
good.
carry. It's just not quite enough for the next
T1's
little
big
while.
scaling point
Yes,
in this game is
we
Drakes.
mentioned things about KT
They
having
just need to
decent
stack
range
Drakes
and things like that, but I don't know
as
whether
much
the
as possible.
DPS necessitates like big moment
T1 needs to start
opportunities
snowballing
for
the
a
game now.
composition like
Drake
this.
spawning, they have Herald. It's
Looking
gonna
a
just
little
be a
more like
fucking
their
T1
old
rock up to
selves rather
KT home
than,
ground.
some
All
of the woes
KT
that
fans
we've
are out
been,
supporting,
seeing
cheerleading,
some
fan
other
signing,
matches.
light sticks, everything, scarves, so the whole fucking shebang.
Feeling locked
And
in.
T1's just gonna
Yeah.
clap them.
Wanting to get the most out of it.
Come on, KT, do something.
And
Everyone's
I think
watching.
Next Dragon in
This chat
the fact
says,
that T1 only
you
have
said
one
this game was a
dragon
banger.
gives you a lot
Bro,
of
we're
time to work
17
with
minutes in.
to
What do you
farm
expect
up
to have
and
happened in 17 minutes? 4
not
Baron
really
steals, 3 Elder
interacting
Dragon
too
fights, and
much.
a pentakill.
A
Like,
little bit worried about the whole
the game ramps up, my guy.
As Cuz looking for a potential gank onto Faker, but instead he just finds the entirety of T1 and dies. The Galio comes in, Gumayusi will get knocked up. Peter's alongside him, Emperor's Divide picks up Guma, but he
PDD just
dashes
saved
his way
him.
out. He looks like he's going to be
Oh
safe.
my
as
god,
Doctom
Doctom had the flash to
flashing
finish
in
him.
to get on top of him. The Equalizer does a lot of damage, but so does BDD. Faker trying to get out of there, Doctom.
Faker living at that side of the map. I'm not surprised.
And KT now just running for the hills. In the meantime,
Owner split pushing bot.
Owner is just destroying KT's stuff.
That area of the map is where Faker survives.
Split pushing, but Ona will do what he does. It
Oh,
affects.
KT,
And I
the
think
engage
KT
was so scuffed. Cuz is like
just
their main
too many
character in their
resources
draft, and
invested to try
he's
and
just
kill
dying
that
before every
Lucian.
fight.
Yeah.
The throughput in these longer fights.
Yep, Owner is now going to utilize that time spent on the bottom side to do a lot of damage here to Peter and casting. Great knock up with the crash down from Peter. Will keep casting alive at
Holy
least
fuck,
as Doran
KT is
tanks up the
chaining
turret
thing.
for a long time. Cuz wanting to make his way in, waste no time as he flashes forward. This could be some resets. As Carrier puts up the door.
Oh no, Cuz.
Still looking for more, but look at that. It's the concussive blows. It is so difficult for KT to deal with as the bullets coming on through there.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
Bait in casting from Gumayusi.
KT just, they just look
KT
so
just cannot find an
disjointed.
angle.
They look so uncoordinated. They look
Too much
all
of
over the
deficit, and as
place.
you said,
Owner
T1 now
took
just
bot
gonna
tier
be
2.
taking away
Look at
yet
the gold
another blue
leads. It's not like
This is
one
not
person's
going to
ahead.
give
They're
it to
all
everyone
2k up.
as we are at the moment.
Oh, they heralded a Zero Tower.
And Sundisk is going to be put up. And it
I've never seen a
actually
Zero Tower tank the
charged
Herald.
there from the Rift Herald, which is kind of cute. Owner going in now, though, as T1 feeling aggressive. This is what you were talking about. Owner can kind of just throw.
Max.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's gonna
KT's flipping it.
happen.
Well,
When
it
in
might
doubt,
just
flip
be
it.
set up as there's a shattering strike. Okay, Owner taking a lot of damage. Heartbreaker comes
That's a
forward.
big
Cuz
reset
is
for
now
KT.
Another jungler as he looks to get on top of
Carrier, no flash.
Great knock up just to interrupt. and now the resets fly through.
Dorat
gets the equalizer.
Oh, BDD!
BDD is going to greet him as Deadly Flourish will go
They're
wide.
also
Look
low.
at how low these health bars are.
Atakan, don't do it.
Looking terrifying.
I mean, okay. A bit of gold. Still fucking hard game, but that works. Congrats to BDD.
This
Big
was a scary
achievement.
situation to be put into. The setup from Peter's pretty good. They managed to find Ona and just about kill him.
Azir gets 700 gold on the Sins out. And I think Viego kills the Brown. 400
but
gold.
the equalizer comes in and look how
I
low
mean, 1k gold,
everyone is.
1k gold, not bad.
So worried.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if they got the shove onto Doran, it would have been nice. But I think Doran might have been able to kill one or two people if he gets pushed into those health bars.
Will be okay.
Yeah, bot wave is pushed in so deep.
Where they put
Or anything like that. Is Doctor going to get charmed? Does cleanse it, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to cleanse what Faker's going to do to him.
Or you could
The
see
answer is he walks away.
Doran Rumbled would
a
get the
little bit
flash,
more damage
but
than
is it
Doran
worth
just
it?
does equalize. But the rest of the team
It's a short-term gain, right? Doctor will base,
Casting
take the
can
Hex
always
Gates and
get
come
in
back.
If someone does decide to go for an engage, that looks like
And that would mean Rumble would have no ult for the fight.
Get the angle as Cuz.
Well, he fucking missed it anyway.
The equalizer, great position to keep the Viego out as Peter is actually out of there.
Oh my god, he got it.
How the heck did he even get in?
KT just needs to get out.
He's gonna withdraw as well, and I think that KT will say
Monster
worse. You do
steal
not
by
need to fight.
Cuz.
You do
What a
not need to
fucking
fight.
send.
They
He
do
should
just
be up
back
for Drake
away.
as
They
well.
say thanks for the buff.
What a full send from Cuz. No ult on Cuz, but a lot of ults on T1 down too.
Definitely risky in this
The
situation.
GAs don't really matter for a
incredibly
Drake
far
fight,
behind
it's just
still.
basically
Yes,
insurance.
that was a
It's
great
unlikely
steal.
they'll die
If
and
they
be able
had
to
stuck
TP back
around,
in,
they
right?
would've all died. As casting Peter and Doctor in this brush, BDD gonna move on over. Emperor's Divide back in hand.
You know, the buff
But they're
doesn't make
gifted
you
a
any
free dragon
stronger.
fight here, KT.
It just means that
If they
you
lose,
don't
it's
suffer
whatever.
as much if you die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit concerned for KT right now. But
I'm
Are you
seeing
sure?
BDD
Because
looking
I've
for a
seen
road,
now
man.
Players play as, okay,
Oh, casting!
this is
What a
looking bit
play!
stronger. Doran is
What?
just dead. He had no equalizer, of course, so at least
What a play by
not that
casting. They
T1
get the
weren't
second
able to
Drake, they deny the
utilize
soul
it,
point.
but now they will be able to
Okay,
collect themselves the dragon
KT was 9,000
incrementally.
gold down.
KT are finding little advantages to bring them back into this game.
definitely gives you a confidence boost.
Yes, GA.
Peter's dead. Well, he's not dead. Emperor's Divide is going to deliver Owner as well. Let's see what they can find here.
BDD's gonna die as well here, I think.
Cuz Owner able to flash out, though, denies the reset as Carrier does fall. Still, it's a gorgeous
Okay,
charm
KT are
there
wiped.
from Faker, who's just
They have
keeping
GAs,
control
but they're
of this
wiped.
Galio, and
They won't
everyone
lose anything
is
for it,
going to
right?
be withdrawing.
They're out of the wood in this brush.
I think Xin Zhao is
And
so
casting
broken,
just
by
finds
the way.
the
Like, I
sandal,
think
the
this
quick
champ is
flash on,
absurdly OP.
Onto Khan. And you're going to use that time to engage onto a Braum.
Yeah, we're going to fight more as Carrier uses the ultimate. They get the flash
Wow.
out of him as well as the Kurds
KT is just running at them.
And Gumyushi will be able to avoid most of them.
They don't still have the Atacam buff. I think they need to understand that. And
Well, as you said, Ox, it doesn't actually provide them with any damage,
Yes.
anything like that. So they're still just as strong as when they were forcing fights before.
oh no.
As Faker is going in, does have another
Okay,
charge
Faker
of the
no
Spirit
ult,
Rush.
Blast
Is
saved.
wondering when to use it. Does find the charm here on
Casting
the
no flash.
As Ona setting up for it. That is a
After
Justice
shock. Oh, that
Punches.
Rumble ult
Casting
hurts.
trying to get himself
Oh,
out of
that
it. The
Rumble ult
culling
hurts.
will cut him down though.
GG.
And
That's
down
gonna be
goes
Baron.
BDD as well. It's a double
Now
for
that's a good Rumble ult.
Gumyushi. As KT trying to find some follow-up kills as the charm this time will...
Owner's level
It's like they
16.
don't
He's the
think
highest
that
level
they're
in the
weaker
game.
or anything. They just
3
wanna
items
keep
in Zhao.
fighting.
Yeah, they're just oblivious
Absolutely
to
busted
the
it.
concept of, you know, often teams are like, okay, the AD carries a whole item on ours.
They don't understand what weakness is, Orcs. That's how it
No,
works.
Okay,
that's
Rumble
right.
down.
Equalizer goes down. There's a Glacial Fissure
Viego
as well.
down.
As Faker, gorgeous wraparound, and you kill...
Barons.
Yeah, the Baron
KT's
area
base
just won the
in a bit
game.
of shambles.
By, like, okay, never mind. They are so far away from their base. And now T1 are looking to cut them down once again. Casting in an awkward spot. Magnetstorm connects
Faker
onto
no ult.
just Faker. As now Ona goes in.
BDD
and
just
buys
has to
so
road it
much
right now.
space.
Game's over.
Casting able to flash his way
But
out,
that Xin
Ona
Zhao
is
is
able to
is
follow
fucking
him.
Godzilla.
Doran goes golden in the nick of time as well as KT are just losing members one after the other.
BDD,
But BDD
farewell.
finding a huge
Wait,
shove.
BDD is
Oh,
fucking...
Gumyushi, my God,
What?
the
BDD
damage
was
is
cooking with
absurd.
Cuz there. If they weren't
And
down
BDD is
15k
still
gold or
here.
some
The
shit,
Sand Soldiers are set up and he goes golden just in time.
BDD and Cuz
But he
were
is the
cooking on
last
the back end
man,
of that fight.
BDD cannot do it alone. That's what we've been learning.
A kill a
this
minute.
whole
Not
year.
bad.
It's even
KT needs to
KT
bounce-
playing
KT
pretty
needs to
well,
bounce
but they're
back
just
big
so
time
far
next game.
behind, and they just opt into every single fight. T1 cool, calm, and collected.
9-1 and 9
Yeah.
for Ona on this Xin Zhao. It is his best champion, and he keeps getting it.
Owner was
every
Thanos.
series. Nexus goes down and T1 will be victorious in the first game. It's a best of 3. Still need to keep your heads in the game.
Solid game by T1. Couple hiccups, but
if they want to stay in it.
Nothing too terrible. Alright, similar bans coming in. Gwen ban, Nico ban.
That's me.
Kalista open. So they ban Nico, give Kalista first pick and take Renata at Rai. Wait, has T1 just completely outdrafted them here? Has T1 just completely rolled them if they go Draven on 3? Neferi, Elise, okay. Kalista, Elise, yeah, I see it.
I remember he was
What
one
do you
of the
pick
first
here?
ones to start playing the Vi.
Do you just pick Neferi?
To bring it out.
Sedge?
So I'm pretty sure he's fine. This could,
Ooh,
to no
Ashe
surprise,
is
is
good
going
as
to be
well.
Ashe to pair with
Very good at the
Zaya,
moment.
Renata. Just pick Ashe.
It is good with Rakan. That
Ashe,
is
Vi, Renata.
maybe
I think T1's combo looks pretty strong already.
Has anyone
What do you play in mid here, though? Sylas ban, but Ari's already out. Talia's already out.
And that is
They're gonna ban
what
Victor
KT
for
wants.
sure,
So
otherwise they're
things weren't
crazy.
great earlier on. They're okay with
I think
transitioning
Victor
back
and Rise are
to
two
the
bans I
train
would
that
look at
just
as
goes
KT.
round in circles once they found some form. But
Aurora.
that's not now.
Well,
Not a fan of that
gonna
champ.
see some mid lane focus bans coming out. The Sylas
I
gone,
guess it is
the
annoying
Aurora
on
gone,
4 because it's a
Victor
flex.
still open.
Do you have
ban
to
a
do
Kali?
something insane now? Is
Or
it
is it a
like
wasted ban?
beating it as well as the
They could
Arctic
pick
Assault
Jace on
for
4.
Setup? I mean, there is a theoretical.
Okay, well now they're just
Yasuo
gonna go
angle
Victor.
as Jake with
What are
the
easy
Yorick
blinds for T1?
that
T1 blinds are like
have
Victor,
removed.
Gnar.
Like being picked.
Yeah, I think Victor
maybe as
Jace bans
flex
might have
by
been better.
Doran.
That's
I don't really like Hui.
Actually,
I mean, T1 needs to
go on the
smash them
ride.
through bot.
and they've roller coaster.
Bot
and you
lane
are
wins the
going
game
home.
here.
That is
But
what I'm feeling
these
right now
top
at the end of this
2v2s are
draft.
very explosive as well.
This is pretty keen for
Should
it
be
to
a
go the
T1 win, I
distance
think.
on again.
But it really depends how bot
There is
goes.
one thing, we'll see when they're head. So
Why
I was
isn't
thinking,
Zinzao permanent
if you
against
go
Owner?
the more lethality build, we've seen, last year Pays a lot of
Because
success
KT
with it.
traded Azir for
You
it.
can play around the
BDD
poke,
Azir for
like,
Owner
between
Zinzao.
that and the
It's a game on Vi so far.
Like I
this
said, the
season.
game is
I thought
all about
no
bots.
jungler had a game on.
Thinking,
Feeling a
what do
little
I
But
say
Sejuani
after
skipped the
that?
camp to be
It's,
bots first.
Well, they are looking for a gap opportunity. Peter's still level 1 though. You do need, they're level 2.
Nailing it. There's the flash. Immediate cleanse comes out from Gumayushi as he's ran out of
Okay, no
summoner
spot.
spells.
Okay,
Zero
flashes,
summon spot.
Yeah, down. In fact,
Wow, bot is
they're
diveable
looking
as
for-
well.
I mean, this is the lead.
T1's kind of cooked in bot.
All
Carrier's
right.
dead.
See where the carrier
Elise
is going to
just
go down.
tanks.
Remember, doesn't have his flash available. Good handshake does come on through. The bailout comes down, and Elise, like you say, good at diving. And so that is going to be first blood
Easy
going over
first
to
blood for
Doctor.
Doctem.
Okay, this is good moves coming out. Oh.
Does he die?
Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, an Infernal Chain is going to land, and he doesn't pick up the turret aggro. So like you were saying, turret
dead
is
now,
going
I
to
think.
reset. Flash comes out
Oh, he
finally
flashed.
here.
Owner's dead.
Zona gonna have to flash.
Oh
and
my god, he had
does
Triumph and flashed
survive.
out in time.
Look at it. Does
It's
it
crazy that
exist?
Owner passed bot.
Yes.
Oh.
Finished,
Object
clear.
dominance.
Well, I'm not going to
Went
look at it
mid,
anyway.
Lost crab,
Yeah,
ran
that's
to
a,
top
it's a good
crab.
idea because it does. If
Took
you look
top
at it,
crab,
does it
dove
make
top.
you sad? Also, yes. As gravity field
And it
goes
all
down,
worked.
BDD playing a bit. It is a
Okay,
good way
dove
to
and then
feel
the crab.
because if I find
Whatever.
my eyes drifting towards the right of my
But
screen,
he basically gave up on
I
one option
feel
and
a
found
little
another
bit
option.
like perhaps, I guess, not so great about
BDD
how
is
the
kinda
lane-
clapping.
how the game is looking from a draft perspective for KT. But so far,
He only take a
they
base
haven't
now,
made any colossal linchpin
Trying to
in this
sneak a
KT
Drake.
composition if it is
You
going
might
to
get
work.
it, you know.
But still, I mean, it could be worse.
The Elise is on her power
Definitely
spike.
could be work.
Yeah, Peter going to come on over. They find the cocoon. Onto Gumayushi. He's taking a lot of damage. Does have the bailout.
Why
as
is Cuz tanking? Oh my
Gonna
god,
have to
they
get out of
butchered
there
this.
as well. There's the repel, and Peter is going to get Fate's Call back. Guma
That Kalista level 6
able to
timing
go
was
down there as
perfect.
it is Cuz picking up the kill. BDD
Level 6
moving
timing
over
was
another
perfect.
cocoon, grasping more, and Peter is taking control.
What a great dive
of
by
this bottom
KT. They
lane.
butchered it
BDD
at the
loses
start,
half
but then
of
they
his health
fixed it
bar,
at the
and
end.
Oda says, I know what time it is. They're ganking a bottom lane.
Is
I'm
casting
killing
diveable?
casting
Maybe
again.
he is.
Let's see whether he can actually get this one down as Doran goes in, finds the slice and dice. He's tanking up that
Oh
turret.
my god,
Down
that was
goes the
close. If he got
Aatrox.
one auto attack
There's
off,
some
he would
more
live
plate
with his
gold
passive.
going over to T1 Faker as well
Chain
in this
CC
mid lane.
dead.
Might be out of
Those kills
Will
in
Doran
the bot
carry?
side. BDD roaming over with the
KT looking to try and extricate
Alright, they swapped
some
up.
back off.
Well, the good
BDD
news
in a
is
rough
Doran's
spot
losing.
As good Umbral dash there from casting.
And
to
his,
get out of the
like,
way of Ona. But this
his
is
ramp
just-
up in the game
yeah,
has been
both
stopped,
teams
but
agreeing
Aatrox
that
is
minion
also not
waves are
farming.
going to be casting.
casting.
He
Takes
snuck
it
his
to
way
the
in.
turret.
Some CS here as well.
That's
He saw
huge
Renata
news
top.
As Gumayushi's second game.
KT just needs to find a way to stem this fucking Renekton. Is
I
stem
find
the
it
word? I don't
so
know.
hard to stay positive on.
Suppress.
I really struggle.
Success in the bot
Casting
lane.
your weak side, just don't die.
I think it,
1,000 gold
Both
lead,
mid laners have just been
for
AFK
Renekton
farming
on the top
every
side,
wave.
as well as 3
So
grubs
Kalista
on
has her
both
blade. They're
sides.
leaving Kalista
Peter
versus
is here
Renekton now.
to help out his buddy.
She is a level down, but
Casting not going to be dying
does she
on
win
this
1v1?
wave either.
against Renekton?
Time completed, but
Looks a bit sketchy.
I mean, here's a cluster of all AD carries. Pretty
Whoa!
Oh,
There's
Carrier,
a
that
flash.
flash.
The flash comes out from Carrier, but it doesn't
That flash
quite
was
work.
awful.
He's taking so much damage with the hostile
And he's gonna
takeover.
live.
He's too good. Casting has to flash
Baited.
away because a lot of damage there available.
he
as
flashed
BDD
over that
coming on
wall?
over. That is gorgeous amounts of CC being thrown out by the Hui.
Oh, he sniped him.
The Infernal Chains will connect. Another
Wait,
knock-up
BDD's
from Community
insane.
trying
What
to
the
run,
fuck? Did
but
you see
he's
that?
not gonna get anywhere, and it's a double
What?
kill for BDD on the Hui.
He looked pretty positive.
He's a
now.
monster
Carrier
on the
gets
way.
caught out. A bit of a miss flash as well. Doesn't get over the wall, and KT
Jesus,
found an
man.
opportunity to strike.
Sacrificing Peter for the greater good.
He just
That's
like
what
painted
they're
a
known
fucking
for.
picture,
Now
Bob
Cuz
Ross style on
fighting
that way.
against Owner here. Well, actually, we
Roller
went back into the
How did he
theme
see
park.
that
We
angle?
went
I guess
back
he
and
just has to
we
send it,
strapped
right?
in. This was the moment.
Because BDD's
that
a
it
little later than
started moving
Faker.
off the platform.
Faker
Yeah,
flashes
and
over
a
to
lot
hit
goes in
Aatrox.
return, like the
BDD, what does he do? He flash ults or
does
what?
catch out Peter and take him down.
Flash.
BDD flashes over with such confidence.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it's
the
nice combo.
grasping
And then he
was so
QW
good.
snipes
Yeah,
Carry
patches
as
them
well.
together. And this
Jesus,
snipe
man.
there from BDD as well. And this way suddenly mega accelerated in this game.
So he just goes
Yep, it's going to be
QER.
painting the rift. And let's
Carrier's
see,
flash
that
was
is
really
first
bad.
Heartblood actually going
I
over
think
KT
he just-
as well.
I think he
So
just
they
panic
get
flashed,
themselves
you know?
feats of strength.
That
Also,
way
if you
is
hadn't read the
scaling.
patch, level 16 for the Dominus is absurd as Cuz finds Owner here who just vault breaks his way out. It's fine.
He could have just Sejuani ulted
They got a lot of
the
confidence.
Renata there and
You know
played
what?
it.
Under pressure.
KT are playing like they're 7k gold behind.
Surprised they didn't.
Last game.
Yeah.
But they're actually ahead now.
Fate's call
Doran,
comes
no
on
flash.
through. Doran not going to get knocked up, but the Cocoon is going to land. This is a lot of money if they're able
Doran,
to
no
take down
flash.
the Renekton, but it's a lot of damage if they can't. The Glacial Prison
Renata ult
goes
comes out.
wide. But so
This is a great
does
game
the
so far
hostile
for KT.
takeover. Doesn't quite find the value they're looking for, and now
Carrier
Carrier
is-
has overstepped the
How did-
mark, and BDD.
how did it-
oh, he can hold
when
him
did
in place
how did
for
Carrier-
forever. There he is,
What?
just eats him. Of the LCK
I guess he
for
walked in,
2025.
ulted, and then tried to
For
run
them
away, but he
feel
was dodging
absolutely fantastic and find
way
all the
spells in like a
advantages.
They're
circle.
just locked in. You know, they find
It's
this
not all
great
about draft. I
opportunity.
think that T1 got...
And again, this is a
They lost
competition
too
where
much
T
in
champion
bot lane.
killed champion. That's what they were doing last game. It's what they're going to keep doing this game. And it ends
Renekton
up
being
working
ahead
out
doesn't
well.
really win the game, I guess, because they
Cuz
can just
does,
swap into him.
With the ultimate bit, a good dodge from
So where does
Doran.
Carrier go? He
But
ults,
it
and now I
doesn't
guess
matter
he
when
runs
those,
away, but now he's
Ren
into
stocked
Hui,
up.
so he's
But
just
then
dodging.
Carrier, I feel like so much
yeah.
when you're playing Renata, you feel like you're playing Kalista Renata. So you feel like, hey, I'm in a position, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like I
Renekton
need to
getting
be in
ahead
range
doesn't
for this
really
ultimate
win you
to
the
try and
game.
hit to try and save
Even though
Doran,
it was good
but
that he did
then
these cross maps.
Because of that, he's this
I
looks
thought
like
one,
a
you know.
locked-in KT.
He looks so locked in.
It's far
They
from
really
one.
do.
It's just
And it's
TP out from
worrying.
Faker.
T1,
T1 are still
they're
easily
gonna
able to
walk
win
in
this
on the
game.
top side into a
They're gonna get
favorable position.
mid-tier
Rift
2
Herald
maybe here,
will
KT.
stop that. Handshake comes through. Cuz
It'll crash
happy
and they'll
to
back.
eat that though.
Well,
They're
Victor
just
got a
looking for
top tier
another
too.
charge, and they will be out.
making
Some good goals for, for Victor.
Again, the top,
All this sort of stuff.
There's no
Doran
way
getting
T1
that
loses to
gigantic
KT.
lead.
I thought there was no way this
Well,
would work. Pretty good.
These
It
items
certainly
on the
is.
Hui Kalista are
man, we are
busted.
Poised Marshall.
They have two
Yeah,
really
I
fed
was
carries and a
thinking,
Sejuani.
Isn't it Marshall Pose?
That
not
formula,
Poise? I always thought it was
it's one of the
Poise
most
to begin with, and
consistent
then someone
formulas to
corrected
winning
me.
games.
I don't remember when it
Two
was.
fed carries
You
and a
know what?
Sejuani.
I don't know.
They,
That's
they
I
do have
just-
elite
we have a
support, so
little
they're
bit of a
-1
lull,
champ in 5 minutes.
In the act, dead. He has a lot of practice at being dead in this game, though, as he does flash away from the gravity well. Arrow
Oh,
be
what the
avoided.
backstep.
Does get the auto as well for the extra healing, but Owner is underneath the inhibitor turret
Standard
now.
Sky.
Another heal comes through as Faker getting taken down low. But now KT
So they're gonna
looking
lose
to answer
Atakan
this
for
one
that.
with an Atakan towards the bottom side of the map.
Is
She's
it
just
worth
gone.
it?
You know, if that Q3 had
They
hit,
use
I mean,
Vi
maybe
Flash, kill the
Cassian
Aatrox.
turns it around more, but at the end of the day, look at this Ruinous Article.
Oh, he TP'd away.
This is
BDD
early
TP'd away.
TP
That's a
from
really early
BDD.
TP away.
That is a confident TP.
There's
if
still
ever I've
flowers to
seen
pick
one.
up.
They have Rend, they have Smite. Cuz also
Good
doesn't have a
fun.
lot of resistances, as it's only Doctor hit by the hostile takeover. They really want to take some of these flowers down. Cuz with the flash away, Doran slices.
Oh, I think they might have blundered here a bit.
So not going to get the dice.
Are they going to chase? They can't because they don't have Vi ult.
To get in here to try
Ooh,
and
no
take some
Vi
of these
Ash ult.
flowers. I don't know who was able to get the majority
chase.
of them.
I think it was kind of a mix. I
So
do think
KT have
ended up with
29
more, but
flowers.
I think that TP from BDD was early. I think they were concerned about
29 flowers.
Tower being
How many does
pushed,
T1
but
have? Probably like
I think it was
15,
kind of
16?
unnecessary.
Yes.
Oh
but
my god, I
is
just
this
dropped a
possible
blueberry
for
in my
KT to
coffee.
win? Absolutely.
Fuck!
100% in a far better. Kind of talked about object
It's
payments,
cooked.
has to
I didn't
be
know the
there.
fruits
Well,
sink.
Glacial Prison
They
going
don't
to come
float.
down as Owner is going to look to turn it. Peter gets pulled back. And it's a fair bit of damage available here. Only
Fuck,
one
I'm
hit by
hitting.
the hostile takeover. That'll spell the end of Owner as he does get bailed out, but unfortunately it doesn't do too much. As Doran, he's pressed
Faker's
his R button
TPing top already.
and
That's the whole
cannot
point
do
for
anything
KT.
about it. So kill this inhibitor.
This wants to push in waves.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice flash by
okay,
BDD.
Flash being there.
I think Doran can react there and E flash W.
A little bit on the setup Faker.
Fights are so hard to play for T1 right now. They really need Victor to just get like 3 items and it's playable. All KT have to do is wait for Dragon. That's it. T1's Baron is not that quick.
As you said,
I think Ashe is fast, but not with those items. KT's Baron's pretty secure. Just wait for Drake and it's game 3.
So Gumiushi can start a fight whenever they would like to. It looks like T1 want to as well. The arrow is going to sail over. Hostile takeover working out.
BDD is going to die here.
Doran is in amongst the fight. Casting as well though.
But Dogtam is hitting. The Victor W zones him. Aatrox dead.
Cannot survive, and the Chaos Storm is just massive. T1
is that it?
Finally finding themselves a team fight.
Cuz is just trolling for a minute and then everyone just dies. What is Cuz even doing? All they have to do is wait for a Dragon.
BDD could have survived a little bit longer, but I think
they
either
just
way
need
was just
patience. That's it.
From T1.
Oh, Dogtam.
Dogtam wants this
Does
against Faker. He doesn't have his ulti. Now Cuz comes on over, and that is just a kill. Really nicely done here by KT.
They get a kill and mid tier 2. It's actually not that bad, this Baron loss. Because they should be able to open bot and top and get the waves pushed out. So did Peter repel the arrow so it hit BDD? Oh my god. But it doesn't matter, He was chain CC'd from Vi ult and Renata ult anyway.
Yeah.
I just think it's just like, what are they fighting over here?
We see the kiting comes in from Guma, they expect.
But Renekton doesn't have Nash, Victor doesn't have Nash, the 3-man of T1 does have Baron, and they're gonna have to focus on sides a little bit. Maybe this and this are their best objectives, mid and bot tier 2.
There wasn't the fierce damage, yeah.
So like Renekton can't buff waves, so they need to like open, mid tier 1, walk in, take base and fight Drake, and they need to do all of that in 50 seconds. No, it doesn't happen. They can't do it. They will get nothing. Maybe they'll get the mid tier 1, but that's it.
The problem is T1 have
that's all they'll get, I think.
so much map control off the back of this
Now done. Now T1 have to run the bot side jungle and not play for bot tier 2, but at least stop KT for entering for Drake.
Taking this fight into them.
KT are not concerned about it.
Okay, no cleanse on Guma. Arrow hits Peter. Gets Kalista ulted.
There's a Fate's Call needing to be invested. Peter gets himself out, but won't have access
Faker's
to that
poking them level
now.
16.
His casting standing on top of a ward, teleporting.
Casting has Elixir of Iron. Ooh, the root almost hit Guma, but it will hit Dorat.
Let's see whether they can find an angle here. Already Doran has taken a fair bit of damage.
BDD Victor E's are poking them so hard.
The problem was he was in melee range.
I think just give it, KT, just give it. Just give it.
That made things difficult.
It's too much poke. Way too much poke from T1. They have Baron for 20 seconds. Can they get bot tier 2? No, they can't, I think.
A little risky though. Remember, Doran doesn't have TP and he isn't here.
Well, KT are
yeah, Doran no
TP.
TP.
Go for something here
Faker has flash. What? He held flash?
Yep.
Baron's off.
And this is just T1
still gone. Big. Right, T1 actually got it. What the fuck?
Casting 1,000 gold.
Doran is insanely strong. Doran is like absolute raid boss material. Top jungle of T1 is insanely OP. Actually, top side of T1 is OP as fuck. They've hit like a point where they're insanely strong right now. This is like their biggest spike. Obviously, Victor can get stronger, but like right now, those 3 champs are insanely OP. They kind of need Baron gone for when Drake's spawning, ideally. T1. But Kalista is spiking really hard. Kalista is fucking broken. Actually, this next fight is going to be kind of hype. I feel like everyone's hit a ceiling.
Not going to be able to stick around for
like Guma won't get IE. They did hit a ceiling on Kalista. 3 items, 3 items.
Yep.
Infinity Edge is so close for Gumiushi.
They have GAs.
Yeah, being able to pick that up would be big.
Cocoon going to be connecting here as Ona gets pulled back
what?
by the Infernal Chains.
He got pulled there? Oh, what a Mikhail by Carrier. Jesus.
Keeping him alive.
Insta Mikhails to Sejuani. They have to force him now.
Skirt away still. Yeah, KT gonna look for an angle.
To be able to heal up a bit off this red buff, but he is very low and has no flash. So they are gonna start at the Baron.
Oh god. And Doran
there is an ulting Renekton on the left. BDD is about to get flash W'd in the face. Oh, why did Doran ignore BDD? What? He just walked past him. He's playing really slow.
Off the Baron for the moment. Doran in an awkward position. As Peter finds another Cocoon. Casting gets over the wall, but now the rest of T1 move
Casting
on
is
over.
cooked here, maybe. Flashes up. Peter's
off.
cooked. Flashes up. Chase from Carrier Faker. Ult onto the BDD. Boom. It's over. It's a fucking Victor pentakill. Oh my god, Dogtam has the entire universe running on him. He needs to get the fuck out of there. Help!
is casting
great
as
team
well.
fighting
It's
from
a
T1.
catastrophe here.
Solid series from
KT
T1.
put a great effort, you know, managing
I think
to
this
find
game
some
was a
big
little bit of
advantages on the
hiccups
bot side, but when it comes to
in
those
the early to
team
mid
fights,
game. I
so
think maybe
hard
the
to
way
do
Owner
his
played the
teamwork
early game is not
composition
ideal, but
and
it's
the
obviously
excellence when it
because
comes to
we're skipping
fights
camps
around
to
Baron. The
put bot
Arcane
behind.
Storm was a
They
size
recovered
of
well. I
lane
think the thing you
into
notice
that
about
fight,
T1 is their
and they will
cross-mapping is
close this one
so
out 2-0.
fucking quick.
Yeah, T1 just
Their
a little bit
decision-making
too
is
better
insanely
here
snappy.
today. They put up
I'll show you what I mean.
the stand last time, and KT got the better of them, and they return the favor here as KT set up theirs. And by the looks of
T1 is a
things here
very
today,
quick
we're gonna
cross
need
map
to see
team.
more.
Like one of their, obviously they have a lot of issues, but one of their biggest strengths I think is their mid to late game is pretty solid if they're even or a little bit behind.
Yeah, I mean,
But also their decision making, I'll show you in a sec. Oh my god, they rocked up to KT's home ground and just 2-0'd them. But I think one of the biggest strengths T1 have, let me show you, is they're very quick, aren't they? You can see it like here, for example, Drake is spawning, right? Drake is spawning, and they know KT's hovering into Drake. They know it. They know KT's hovering into Drake. It's a trade of push here, right? KT got a little bit of bot push, or it's even. Mid's contested, top's pushed in. T1 instantly cross map. Faker walks into the weak side, sneaks a bot wave away from Aatrox, gets spam pinged, knows he's gonna get collapsed on by doing this. Insta TP's top, and now they're just sitting here, 2-man bot, and they take top tier 2, right? Because they knew that they would be on Drake, right? Instant boom, top tier 2 is dead, and they get top tier 2. So like, they're a little bit behind, they probably lose fights, but they get a top tier 2 and they lose Drake in a mid tier 1, but they get something. This mid tier 1's probably dead no matter what from Herald. It would be a matter of time before it dies. And then you see it again, like here, for example, maybe this one's a bit more debatable, but they can't enter bot, so they insta send it top. They must have known they're losing out kind of if they do this. And then Faker pushes into top tier 2, tier 3, and they get a TP out of someone, or they deny waves, like they squeeze you. And then it happens again. Like here, for example. Owner gets caught. Owner's dead. Sucks. They lose a fight. They're gonna lose Drake. Sucks. What does Faker do? Instantly, within 3 seconds of Owner dying, what does Faker do? He TPs to top tier 3. He says that fight's completely cooked. Look where all of T1's going. They're all just gonna contest mid and run top. What is he gonna do? He's gonna push a cannon wave in. He's gonna crash waves. What does that do? It gets him an extra wave faster, and it denies gold from the enemy, right? Instantly. Just gone other side. Boom. And like here, for example, the 3-man of T1 instantly just runs mid and pushes the tower. If anyone matches, they'll look for a play. Boom, BDD flash. And it's these like small squeezes of like, can't fight it, just go somewhere else. Do something quick. That really help T1. And that's why you'll see that Faker, he maintains a pretty solid XP and gold lead, even though he's down in kills a lot. Because he's getting like funneled towers, or he's keeping up in CS, or he's like cross-mapping really aggressively. And I think this helps T1 a lot. Because if you contest an objective and you watch them take it and get nothing, but that happens once, it's not so bad. If that happens 3 times, or you just kind of watch them do it and back away, in those 3 times you could have squeezed 3 small things, and those small things add up to something that could be a little bit more important, right? So this was a good thing I saw from T1.